Hey guys, it's Sybil, and I'm back for Season 4 of AV Life. This time I'm doing double jungle with Swade, and I have a whole new team as well, and new coaching staff. In 2018, I was on 2 different teams. I went from Legacy Split 1 to Tectonic Split 2. In Split 1, we managed to get 3rd, and I earned my spot at Rip Rivals, which I didn't end up going because they chose only for Split 2, and then they just used him. Which was a shame because I would have really liked to have gone to Rip Rivals, but that's alright. And then I went to Tectonic. We had visa problems for about 6 or 7 weeks, and then we had like team environment problems as well, so it all kind of crumbled a bit, and they ended up getting relegated. But then I went to Korea. I funded it myself. I went for about 5.5 weeks just after Split 2. I felt like I needed to do that if I wanted to really keep playing in 2019. I think it really helped me develop as a player a lot.
My name is Rusty and I am the head coach for AVANT Gaming in 2019. I've had a big history in Oceania and abroad before coming back to fill this role. Last year I was a commentator for the LPL living in China. The year before that I was in Australia doing the same thing, and before all of that I worked in Oceania and I was a pro player in Oceania, going to Korea in like 2011, so a long time ago I was a pro player back then. So there's a lot of passion, a lot of reason for me to want to come back to this region and make something great with it, and that was a big deciding factor as to why I've come back to do exactly that. We have a completely different group of players as well this year, so not just a new coach, a new group of players including a 6-man squad with 2 junglers that will be substituting in and out as we see fit. Chippies is going to be the star of the show. He's our big top laner. He's a powerhouse player and he's someone that we have a lot of faith in to perform when it matters most on the stage. We've got 2 junglers in Sybil and Swaith that will be playing in alternating roles as mentioned, and the idea is that they help each other grow just as much as we help them develop as coaches and as staff. They'll be working with Shock in the mid lane, so we've got 2 Kiwis now as well in the roster. The word G has already circulated as a big meme between them. And our bottom lane is Aladoric and Gunkrat, who are 2 more upstart players, more rookie style of players that we can mold into superstars of the future. So I've never coached in esports before, only in traditional sports in AFL 1 year, but that means I have to get someone who's more of an expert in this field to come and help me along the journey. And for this we've hired Coach Kai. Kai is someone who has worked with a bunch of teams in a couple of regions and even with individual players. And I think that he has the skill set where I don't, to help with coaching, with skill sets, and with ideas and plans that we can put together. So he'll be here, he'll be doing the stage coaching, the draft coaching, so you'll see him on the stage behind the players while I'm doing commentary work on the OPL during the week. And so Kai's a very big deal, he's a very important member of the team, and I have a lot of faith in him already.
So 2018 was pretty challenging. So I started out winning Split 1 with Direwolves, but then when I got to MSI, I pretty much shit the bed. The next split I was really looking forward to redeeming myself at Worlds, but things didn't work out with Direwolves, so I ended up joining Mammoth. And then on that team, I tried to make the environment really good so we could learn as much as possible every day so we could win, but there's just too much conflict with the players and it ended up like the team just boomed. So now that I've got a fresh start, I'm really looking forward to trying that again and making it overseas. So far it's actually working quite well. I reckon the environment gets better every day. The challenges every single day being like really good and everyone trying their hardest, and then like it all adds up and we should be able to win the split if everyone keeps doing that. My goal for this year, I'd be pretty happy if I could end the year and all my teammates just like I really like playing with you, because in the past, when you part ways with teams, it's like normally on negative terms, so I'd like that to change now that I've matured a lot. And also, I'd really like to win again.
What we've put in place this year is that we have an office and that we have a home space for the players, which means they travel to work every day, they transit, and then they come to the office just to work, and then they go home to prep their meals, go to bed and do all of that. So they separate work and play, and it gives that more professional environment for the players. They know that when they're on the train coming in, that they are coming in to work, and I think that does change a bit of the player mentality coming in. So it's something that I'm very big on, and I think will be a very big deal for the players once that reality sets in and that they are here much more professionally to work. So in the office, the players will be here from Monday to Thursday. They'll play a couple of scrim blocks, they'll play some solo queue, they'll do some VOD reviews. And from Friday and Saturday, we'll be moving over to the OPL studio, the Riot Games studio, where we'll be competing in the Oceanic Pro League 2 days a week. It is a best of 1 format, so our team will play 1 game per day, and they'll have to play against the other opponents in the league, and then they go home for the next day to prepare and plan. There's a lot of hours that they have to put in during the week, but there's only a single best of 1 to be played on the weekends, and so there's a lot more preparation and planning that has to go into a day like that. The early inklings coming into the OPL is that Bombers and Mammoth are the 2 teams to beat, and on paper as well, you would say that the Chiefs roster is very strong. So those are the 3 teams that AV will have on their radars moving through the split as the ones that we want to beat. But realistically for us, whilst they're all super strong, we're looking at just improving ourselves as fast as we can so that we can take them down just by being a better team, and they're just at the end of the scope.
It's a really, really good chance for us to prove ourselves this week, or not even that, it's a really good chance to test ourselves against Order and Chiefs. They're both like considerable opponents, and I'm more focused on like the process, so I'm expecting us to go into game day like really confident but calm, and just wanting to see what we're capable of. I think that's a good way to think of it.
So going into the first week, we are up against Order and Chiefs, and I would say that on paper that's not the easiest first week for any team to go up against, especially with a full new roster and not the highest of expectation from some of the media on how AV will do. But honestly, my feeling coming into this week is that I'm confident. I think we can absolutely take the victory over both of them, so it's not a massive concern that they're going to be significantly better than us. It's just that we need to take all of our learnings and all of our practice into game day to show up and put it on the court where it matters the most, because that's the first real test for our boys.